Hi, and welcome to Positive Relationships. My name is Irene Atia, and I'm a Christian counsellor. Last episode, we started to talk about intimacy within marriage, and we spoke about the fact that intimacy is not just confined to a sexual relationship within a marriage, but it actually involves a number of areas in a marriage, including spirituality, recreation, an intellectual relationship, and as well as the sexual relationship within a marriage. We also dispelled some common myths out there about sexual relationships within a marriage and intimacy within a marriage. Today we'd like to talk about more detail in regards to sexual intimacy within a marriage. Everything that happens in a marital relationship has an impact on the lovemaking experience between a husband and a wife. A sexual relationship within a marriage is not something that stands in isolation, separate from the rest of the relationship. It actually is intertwined and is very much part of the whole relationship within a marriage. The key to a healthy, intimate relationship between a husband and a wife is their ability to overcome their shyness and be able to talk freely and openly about things related to their intimacy within their relationship with one another. That requires that both of them are sensitive to each other's needs and understanding of each other's needs and are open to receiving information about this area, as well as being honest and truthful about their own experiences in this area. It's also important to know that body and self-image play a crucial role in the success or failure of intimacy within a marriage. So it's important for a husband and a wife to promote a healthy self-image, to constantly be giving affirmation and praise and recognition and encouraging a positive and healthy both self-image and a bodily image of themselves, of the other person. It's critical for a couple to identify old fears, messages, and irrational beliefs relating to sex and address those in order to maintain a healthy, intimate relationship within a marriage. It's important that we recognise that some of the things that we were told in our childhood or in our adolescent years may not necessarily have been true and honest or constructive for a sexual relationship within a marriage. So it's important to actually research, to do reading of healthy Christian-based material around this subject, because unfortunately a lot of people are misinformed or not informed at all about this particular area in relationships. One of the keys that has been identified as an issue for couples in marriage relationships in regards to their sexual relationship is the formula or the lead up to sexual intimacy. It's important to understand, as we've spoken previously, that men and women are instinctively different, and it's no exception in the area of sexual relationship within a marriage. In the area of sexual relationship within a marriage, men view and experience sexual intimacy in a completely opposite way to women. For men, sexual intimacy leads to emotional intimacy. So what that means in real life is a couple can be going through a number of problems, or it could be going through a difficult time, and a husband may approach his wife in order to engage her sexually and initiate a sexual relationship with her, because that to him leads to the emotional connection between them. Unfortunately though, women are the complete opposite. Women need that emotional intimacy, which can then lead to sexual intimacy. And this is an area that can often prove to be problematic in relationships, where she doesn't understand how he can possibly be initiating a sexual relationship while they've just had an argument. And he doesn't understand why she's rejecting that sexual relationship, because to him it's a way of getting closer to her and achieving that connection. Well, the reality is they're just going about it in opposite ways. And if they were to understand that, and if they were to know that, they'd be able to communicate about it more openly. They'd be able to sit down and openly discuss what was going on. He would know that in order to engage his wife in a sexual relationship, he needs to satisfy her emotional needs and give her that affection and that attention and that time, and actually be able to engage her emotionally so that she can then go on to that sexual intimacy. And she needs to know that when he does approach her with the aim of engaging sexually, it is not because he is disregarding the other issues that may be existing in the relationship, but it is his way of achieving that closeness and that intimacy. Thank you for joining me today. I'd encourage you to speak openly and freely about this subject with your husband or your wife, and to know that your marriage bed is a place that is sanctified and holy in the sight of God. Thank you for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you next time on Positive Relationships.